I'm J.E. Leake, and I'm reading from my historical novel, In the Shadow of the Past, a love story that takes place in 1943, New York City. This excerpt is from Chapter 7, so here's a little background. Reporter Jenny Ryan has discovered that a wealthy businessman is behind her father's death. She finds the key to bringing him down is nightclub singer Katharine Hammond, our love interest. Unfortunately, at their first meeting, Jenny was quite disagreeable toward Katharine, thus burning her only bridge to Forrester, the aforementioned businessman, who was also our villain. In this scene, Jenny has come crawling back to the nightclub to get back into Katharine's good graces, but she finds it very hard to keep her mind on business. Jenny sat at a premium table on the exclusive third-tier level of the grotto, feeling like an insect lured into a carnivorous plant about to meet its doom. The moment the doorman greeted her by name, a cold arm of unease wrapped itself around her shoulders. It tightened its grip when, in turn, the checkroom girl, the hostess, even the waiter who delivered her unordered scotch, neat, did the same. Every instinct told her to back out of there slowly and reassess her plan. She countered the urge by welcoming the drink to the back of her throat. She eyed the dim corners of the crowded club expectantly, while trepidation pecked at her confidence like hungry crows devouring a piece of stale bread. They were buttering her up for something. She just didn't know what or by whom. Her uncle certainly didn't arrange her VIP treatment, so she looked around for, as if on cue, the music swelled and the stage went dark, until the spotlight revealed her benefactress, dressed in another skin-tight column dress, this time all black, with matching gloves extending just beyond her elbows. The side-swept wave of her dark hair flowed gracefully around her bare shoulders, framing her gorgeous angular face and the single strand of pearls clinging greedily to her neck. "Holy smokes," Jenny said under her breath. The energy in the room shifted to the woman on stage, but it quickly washed back into the ebb and flow of overlapping conversations and the tinkling of silverware and drinking glasses. Jenny's attention did not waver from the stage. Observing the singer from afar allowed her to think clearly and professionally. Why would Katharine Hammond go out of her way to be nice to her? She must have a reason, but Jenny couldn't figure out her angle. When Katharine left the stage and headed toward her, Jenny straightened in her chair, bracing for the unknown. "Miss Ryan," Katharine said pleasantly as she arrived at the table. "Miss Hammond," Jenny replied in kind, wondering if Katharine's smile was genuine. They both smirked in silence for a moment until Jenny gave in. "Won't you sit down?" Katharine complied, and in no time Bobby showed up again, this time with a martini. Katharine gave him a wink of thanks, which sent him on his way. "I guess I have you to thank for my treatment here tonight," Jenny said. Katharine smiled. "Well, I ruined your last visit here, so I thought I'd make it up to you." Surprised by the apology, Jenny said, "No, I was rude. I lost my temper. I have no excuses. I apologize." The friendly twinkle in Katharine's eyes disappeared. "Don't apologize for loving your country, Miss Ryan." Jenny frowned. Katharine made fun of her patriotic views the night before, and certainly displayed none of her own. What game was she playing that she would make amends and then mock her all over again? "I'm not apologizing for loving my country, Miss Hammond. I'm apologizing for being rude to you. How you feel about your country is none of my business." Katharine knitted her brow. "Miss Ryan, are you trying to be caustic, or is that just your general nature? I didn't come over here to have a repeat of last night, and I don't know why you're ensuring that we do." Jenny realized she'd made a mistake and opened her mouth to apologize again, but Katharine wasn't done. In a stern but not angry voice, she said, "I know you came here tonight because you want an interview with Forrester, and I'm happy to help you with that. I even arranged this little peace offering to make it easier for you. So I can't for the life of me understand your attitude, but I can tell you that I'm not going to sit here and take it on the chin while you berate me again." Jenny pressed her lips together, silently cursing her big mouth. "You're right, Miss Hammond. I'm behaving like an ass, and again, I have no excuse. I sincerely apologize. I accept it," Katharine said, before Jenny could continue. Jenny paused, surprised forgiveness came so easily. "You clean up well," Katharine said, the friendly twinkle back. "Very Harper's Bazaar." "Thank you," Jenny said, happy to leave her idiocy behind. "It's a delicious cover this month, isn't it?" "Indeed," Katharine said. She took a sip of her drink. "Your hair looks lovely, by the way. Down like that." "Thank you again. So does yours." And that dress is simply stunning, Catherine went on. The color matches your eyes perfectly. Thank you, Jenny said, blushing under Catherine's attentive gaze. She fondled a shimmering fold of skirt material, trying to deflect the piercing blue eyes away from hers. Simply stunning, Catherine repeated. Jenny nodded dumbly as blue eyes continued to bore into hers with unwavering intensity. She found this mutual admiration business poisoning the well of good intentions. If she wasn't careful, she could get used to it, and growing fond of Marcus Forrester's mistress was most definitely not in the plan. Considering their previous encounter, Catherine's friendly demeanor bordered on disingenuous, and she couldn't help feeling someone else was behind her about-face. Look, Miss Hammond, Jenny said, pushing her drink around. You don't have to like me, and we don't have to be friends. Oh, but I do like you, Miss Ryan, Catherine said. Jenny looked up to see if she was being sarcastic. She'd hardly seen anything to like. But if you don't want to be my friend, I understand. Hey, I'm game if you are, Jenny said quickly before Catherine changed her mind. I'm just saying, if it makes you uncomfortable, we don't have to. Catherine leaned back in her chair. I'm not uncomfortable. Are you? Jenny opened her mouth to say no, but the lie died on her lips and she said nothing. Everything about Catherine made her uncomfortable. Her choice in men, her morals, her infectious smile, her smooth voice, and especially those piercing blue eyes accentuated by exaggerated stage makeup. Jenny cringed internally as her resolve took a left turn at the corner of "You're sinking fast" and "Professionalism is overrated." Catherine's intense gaze had her on the verge of squirming, and if she hadn't produced another one of her amused grins, Jenny would have cried uncle on the spot. I'll tell you what, Catherine said. Why don't we start over? She removed a long glove and extended her hand. My name is Kat. Jenny gladly took the warm, soft hand in hers. Nice to meet you, Kat. My name is Jenny. As they disengaged, Jenny said, I really am sorry about last night. Catherine pulled at the fingers of her other glove to remove it and looked genuinely puzzled. I don't know what you're talking about, Jenny. Jenny smiled, understanding the slate was clean. She picked up her glass and raised it in a toast. To starting over. That brought a dazzling grin from Catherine, who reciprocated. To new friends. Jenny liked the sound of that. She smiled into her glass, peering curiously over the rim at her new friend, as she took a sip and then swallowed. Now what? Well, Forrester should be home by now, so before we go, I'm going to slip into something more comfortable. She folded up her gloves. Would you like to come? Jenny froze for a beat, wondering if that was a trick question. Alone with a disrobing Catherine Hammond after a glass of scotch on an empty stomach? That could be dangerous. Wonderfully, wickedly dangerous. Catherine raised a questioning brow. Jenny? Yes, of course. Lead on. As they stood, Jenny reached into her purse to pay for the drinks. Catherine encircled her hand with a squeeze and smiled. Don't worry about that. It's on the house. The casual, absent-minded touch seeped deep into Jenny's core, igniting delightfully inappropriate thoughts of that black dress hitting the floor. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.